Alex here with a high conflict child custody video on exploiting good faith. It's not going to be a long video. I just want to get the message across that you cannot use your ex's good faith actions or whatever they're letting you do against them. You can't turn that into a weapon and use it in court. Usually the people that do this are personality disordered abusers. Because a person, there's a lot of people out there who have issues. But if they're normal, they're going to know, number one, if they use your good faith against you, you're going to stop doing it. Let me go back a step. What I'm talking about good faith is some kind of action or some kind of thing that you're doing that you don't have to do. Under the court's orders, you're not required to do these extra nice things that you're doing. That's what I mean by good faith. There's two sides to this. There's two prongs to this. The first one is if you turn that into a weapon against your ex, they're probably going to stop. So whatever good faith things they were doing in the beginning, they're not going to do them anymore because you used it against them. Whether it's in court or through a message or, I don't know, threw it in their face, however you did, they're just going to say, wow, not going to do that anymore. Those extra days that you were getting to see the kids, now you can't see them. And then with the extreme cases, the people who use it in court, it's not going to work, especially with a seasoned judge. Maybe with a brand new family judge who's just a total rookie and has no clue. Maybe those guys will be like, hey, you were being nice to your ex for so long, you shouldn't have stopped doing that. But you're getting lucky if you hope that's going to happen. If you hope they're going to use the fact that your ex stopped doing a nice extra thing against them, then you're really relying on just getting a brand new judge who just has no clue. All the other judges who have experience, they've seen this before, and so they figured out real quick, number one, if they punish that parent, that sends them the message of you better not do anything above and beyond, because once you do, you're stuck doing it, from now on forever. And number two, it allows the abusive parent to get away with their exploitation. So, a lot of time, I'll give you one example of how this can happen. I've seen this happen this way before. For example, a parent may have, let's say Thursday and Friday, the parent may have visitation with the kids. And the other parent, to be nice, says, for a while you can have Thursday, Friday, and Saturday too. So you're not supposed to have Saturday by the court's order, but I'm going to be nice and let you have that day. Well, then something may happen later on. There may be some kind of issue. Let's just say, for example, there's been conflict at exchanges. And so the parent who was showing good faith has decided that they don't want that conflict on Saturday anymore. They're just going to pick the child up from school on Friday because that way they don't have to see you. There's no conflict if they don't see you. So, pick the child up from school. We're going to go back to the court order. Well, the abuser decides to exploit that good faith. And they decide, I'm not going to let you pick them up. I'm going to go there and pick them up and take them home because that's what I've been doing for the past, 6, 9 months, year, whatever. And so now you have an issue where the victim parent is between a rock and a hard place. Either they take that parent to court on a contempt of court and hope that the judge doesn't hold against them their own kindness, that pattern of kindness, and actually legitimate or validate the abuser's violation of court order based on that nonsense. Or they just don't even take it back to court. They're just so afraid of what the outcome may be that the victim parent decides, well, now I'm stuck. I shouldn't have been nice. For being nice, now I'm stuck, and I'm just not going to go to court, and they're just going to get what they want. They can just keep seeing the child on Saturday, and we can keep having high conflict exchanges, and, that teaches me a lesson. I shouldn't have been nice. Those are horrible outcomes. So, first off, hopefully I'm sending 2 or 3 different messages here to the people who are watching. Hopefully, if this is happening to you, you fight it. You go to court and you fight it. You don't let your ex exploit your good faith conduct. The other message is, hopefully, if your ex does exploit your good faith conduct, you stop, giving them that extra whatever you're doing. Just don't do it anymore. If you're doing something extra you don't have to do, and your ex is turning that into a weapon, whether it's in court or outside of court, hopefully you just stop, because they don't deserve it. Not if they're doing. And it's really frustrating to have to do this video, but I see it enough. This is not just something that I've heard once or twice. I see it enough, and it happened in my case enough that it's actually a thing, and it just boggles my mind that a parent would. That's why I use the phrase personality disordered ex in these situations, just because it makes no sense. A normal person should know that if you use your ex's extra kind, whatever they're doing against them, they're going to stop doing that. But I guess, you know, some parents just don't know that. And then the third message that hopefully this doesn't send, but it might send, is to just not do anything nice preemptively, to just stick to the court's order from the beginning. And I realize that may be the message that some people get from this video, and it's disappointing, but that is the reality of some of these high conflict cases out there. Sometimes you just need to be preemptive. And for those people who are already in a high conflict child custody case, if that's what you take from this video, then by all means, don't show any extra kindness to your ex. Because if it's a high conflict case, if you're seeing insane conduct right now, you're going to continue to see that same kind of pattern going forward. And these types of people who are high conflict will exploit your kindness and turn it into a weapon against you. There were so many different examples, and I brought them up in other videos, so I'm not going to bring them up again, where I did something nice and it was used against me in court. I'll bring up one more example. I told my ex that I was going to get a sitter. I don't remember if it was because I was going out of town or what, but if she wanted, she could watch him. You know, being nice. She didn't have to watch him. I had a sitter ready to go, but if she wanted to, she could watch him. And she said yes. She watched him, and then when we ended up in court next, she said, Your Honor, he doesn't even want to watch the kids, or watch his kid. He made me watch him that one time. You know, and it's like, come on. Now I'm not even going to do that anymore. If me letting you watch him instead of putting him with a sitter is going to be used against me at the next hearing, which it was over and over again, I'm just going to stop. But I don't know what to say about it. It's just really hard sometimes to explain what's going through their head when they do these kinds of things. And going back on what I was saying earlier, it's not just me. I've heard it from enough people that I decided to do a video on it and cover it. So as usual, post any comments if you are going through a situation like this. This is something I think a lot of people need to see. If anyone out there has examples where they did something nice for their ex, and then their ex turned it around and used it against him in court, post it in the comments below. People need to see that, because number one, people need to know that they're not alone and that it's not just them. And number two, people need to see that, you know, you can react to that. You can put your foot down. You can stop. You don't have to keep doing it. So with that, I'll go ahead and end this video.